Heart of the Home is paid for by American Kitchen Company. A gifted 15-year-old athlete wrestling in the Middle East. A devastating accident threatens his life. Now, not only is a promising future as a collegiate athlete taken from him, but he and his family struggle with the overwhelming logistical, emotional, and financial challenges of being a quadriplegic family. Coming up, see how a local company listened and stepped up to help them cope with their new normal.
Ever since I was a little kid at my mom's apron strings, the kitchen has always been a special place to me. Since the dawn of man, the hearth where we cooked our meals and shared the stories of the day was and continues to be the soul of the home. I wanted a company that will enrich that experience for everyone. By combining high-level design with old-world craftsmanship, the American Kitchen Company is able to deliver a timeless remodel at affordable prices. A successful formula that consistently produces happy customers and earned us the reputation as the leading expert in kitchen remodels in the Bay Area. My partner Abel has been working in remodeling since he was 16. In his nearly 2 decades of experience, he has mastered every aspect of building and remodeling. He now runs our construction operation like a well-oiled machine. Although our business is thriving, I believe that true success is measured by how much you can give back to your community. That's why we created this program, a way to give deserving disadvantaged people a new kitchen, because I genuinely believe that a family's kitchen is truly the heart of the home.
Okay, we got quartz and we got polished knobs. That should keep us in the budget.
Hey guys, I found this family and I think that this is a really good story. I think you should take a look.
Seeing a young man who was a gifted athlete have it all taken away from him. I'm a father and I couldn't imagine what the family's feeling and what they're going through. It just, when someone gets injured like this, it really is heartbreaking. I'm impressed with this kid's attitude. I look at his Facebook page, he's doing archery. He's not sitting in his room getting depressed, which, to be honest, I think that's what I would do. Something like this would break me. He's out there, he's not giving up, he's enjoying life. This kid's a fighter. He's a wrestler, he's gritty. This is just another match for him, and he's gonna win it.
I'm a little bit nervous. Any high school kid would be, especially going into junior year. I feel like this year will be a lot easier than last year. Last year was pretty difficult, especially the first couple weeks, because it was a new school. I didn't really know many people, and just dealing with, life in the chair. So I was getting used to a lot of different things. And I was also coming from a very small school in Abu Dhabi where everybody knew everybody and everyone wanted to hang out with everyone and know everybody, where this is a public school of 2,300 plus kids. The best thing about school would probably be the social aspect, just making friends and having a schedule to my day. There are awkward moments. People normally haven't really been around a person in a wheelchair, which is understandable. I hadn't either. So you just kind of have to break that ice. And I do my best at doing that, but sometimes it just can't.
Miles was born here in Pleasanton, has lived his whole life here in Pleasanton, except for the 1.5 years that he lived in Abu Dhabi. Started wrestling for Hart Middle School when he went into the 6th grade. He had tried soccer and he had tried baseball. And when he found wrestling, he had found his sport.
Abu Dhabi was a wonderful experience, but unfortunately while we were there, our 15-year-old son suffered a spinal cord injury at his school practice. He was at a wrestling practice and it was a complete accident, but unfortunately has left him tetraplegia, quadriplegic, which means that it affects all 4 of his limbs. So he's unable to walk.
No hand function, no motor control function, and paralyzed from his chest down.
I remember when I first saw him, I was so worried to see him because it was 4 months without any information. He was the same exact kid that I remembered, and it was very relieving. because we could have lost him. We could have lost his ability to speak or his ability to breathe on his own, and he was completely there. He was still Miles.
Activities at the National Ability Center in Utah was water skiing. Miles took to it really well, really enjoyed that. Snow skiing up in Tahoe, that's through Achieve Tahoe. Great program, you know, just the smiles on his face. The enjoyment, to see him enjoying those activities is really, really special.
He was hurt in another country at a school function. There's no insurance. They don't help. If he had been hurt here in the US, we would have the liability insurance through the schools here to help with that burden. So everything is self-pay.
The financial burden of someone that has become paralyzed or has a spinal cord injury is tremendous. You know, you start with fighting with the insurance company. There's a lot of equipment that would help in keeping Miles healthy as he can be, that insurance won't cover. So that would be out-of-pocket costs. The modifications to the kitchen that, you know, I foresee would definitely help make our lives a little more normal.
It's not about remodeling our kitchen, it's about making it accessible for every member of our family.
Some minor modifications. You take this bar, for example. He used to eat breakfast before school here at this bar as an able-bodied person. Now he's in a wheelchair and he's no longer able to eat breakfast here. You know, a simple matter of lowering this bar to the same height as the rest of the counter and you know, bringing it out a little bit so there's room for him to roll under that bar and be able to eat breakfast there again before school, and for us to be able to hang out with each other. Laura mentioned earlier our new norm. It's constantly evolving, but getting him back in the kitchen and getting our family back together again in the kitchen, participating in those activities will definitely bring back some moments.
Those little moments have been kind of taken from us right now because we're spending so much time and energy on caretaking instead of being a family. And we need to reshift our thinking, reshift how we do our day-to-day. And those moments that were happening prior to the injury can happen again.
It's time to tell the Molnars about their new kitchen. The Molnar family has struggled over the last year while their teenage son Miles copes with adjusting to his life after a devastating wrestling injury has left him a quadriplegic. The American Kitchen Company created the Heart of the Home program to give deserving families a free kitchen remodel. It's time to tell the Molnars about their new kitchen.
Hi there.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Congratulations, you guys are the winner of Home. All because of you, your submission video. Well done, taking care of Miles.
I was absolutely surprised.
I was surprised.
I was not expecting that at all. I don't know if I was expecting to actually get it just because it is a big project, and Kyle was like talking about how he's never done an ADA compliant kitchen before, and he did a whole bunch of research, and so it was really awesome to see that happened.
All right, well, let's talk about what we're gonna do and try to make this the Miles-friendly kitchen. First thing I noticed is this is cut off, right? This is too low. So, Abel, come here, tell me what we're gonna do here, man.
Well, it's gonna be like 7 inches lower, so.
So Miles, what do you think about this, us cutting all this, doing some custom work here, and then extending this counter so it comes out one level, so Mom's hanging out and you can be right part of the party here?
That would be awesome, yeah.
All right, so this is your parents' idea, is over here, is saying this is kind of where everybody meets, but obviously this is way too high. We're gonna do a little custom work here, finish the paneling to make it look like it was built originally this way, but basically we're gonna take one solid slab and we're gonna come right out, so the dining area is gonna be accessible.
I like that idea.
So where do you need that end of that counter, Miles?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having the counter lowered because when I was able-bodied living here, I would always eat breakfast there. I would eat breakfast, lunch, sometimes even dinner there. I would be there all the time. But lately, I just haven't been able to be there. I miss it.
And see here what I'm talking about of cutting this down and then extending this counter. So you're gonna have two big long slab counters where it's gonna kind of turn this into a community area.
I think it's great. Yeah, something durable. With heat, we can put like pots and pans on. It won't crack or anything.
No,
And that's perfect. My only concern is I love the soapstone. We have such dark colors in here. Dark floor, dark cabinets, dark
rich.
counter, dark wood, dark.
Dan's our lead designer. So Dan, obviously we gotta work with this color palette. What's popping out?
Maybe something this might be a little lighter than we want, but I think maybe get a little bit of color. This will definitely elevate the room, and you'll get a nice bounce of light off the counter.
So you think it's that busy, or?
That's not too busy actually.
That's not too busy?
I like that too. That's my problem. I'm going to see everything. I'm going to see it for
like
each
that
one why I like different ones.
Since we're opening up, I think you're going to want something with a little more movement, a little brighter. We get away from the dark colors.
I want it to not look like it just in 5 years from now it's
You don't want it to be
completely
dated.
obsolete.
Miles is about the function. Mom's
Right.
about the style.
Right.
It's gotta be pretty. Yeah.
I'm with Abel on this one. I mean, it picks up on your hardware. It has some echoes of your old cabinetry, but it's brand new, lots of movement, and it's lighter, so it'll elevate the room by bringing up the light.
I just need some lightness, so that'll be better. Yes. Okay, let's go with that one.
I want you to explain to them how you're going to cut their beautiful cabinets up and make it look nice.
Yes.
Well, first of all, we need to match the new doors.
Should we take a door today?
The new panels.
Yeah.
I feel relieved.
Yeah.
I know that the kitchen's going to be a big part of our family, and that's something I'm really happy to see happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get them back into the kitchen and get them actively participating in meal prep and gaining more independence.
I'm still a little emotional, but we got to get down to brass tacks here. We got a remodel to pull off in a very short amount of time, and how are we going to do it? I don't know yet. We have a stain that we've got to match perfectly, and you can see this is an aged wood, so we're going to have to really dial it in with that. We got counters, got like 6 slabs we got to cut in 48 hours. That normally takes us 2 weeks off-site. We're cutting on-site, so we're going to do this.
Got this.
Of course he's gonna say that, but the reality is this is what we face every day with our job, and we always come through. Where there's a will, there's a way, and we're gonna show these guys that we got what it takes to deliver this.
The trucks just arrived just a few minutes ago, and we're excited.
1, 2, 3, whack it! Oh!
The Molnar family has struggled over the last year while their teenage son Miles copes with adjusting to his life after a devastating wrestling injury has left him a quadriplegic. The American Kitchen Company created the Heart of the Home program to give deserving families a free kitchen remodel. It's time to begin construction on their new kitchen.
The trucks just arrived just a few minutes ago, and we're excited and looking forward to seeing what's going to happen and what's going to be taking place this weekend.
It's all just happening now. I'm very excited for it all.
All right, hammer time. Let's put it in, boys. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Heart of the home. There she is. Look what I got. Time to break that soapstone. You ready?
Not my soapstone.
Let's go. Oh, there they are, that beautiful soapstone. All right, who's gonna have the first smash here? You know what? Let's give it to Mom. All right. Oh, I see a crack, it's going. There it goes. Woo! The first piece, put that in the memory box. There's been some good years with that. 1, 2, 3, whack it. Oh! First hit. Wow, look at that. Now it's time to get really messy. We need to tape all this up and really get to work because there's a lot of work to do over a short amount of time. This isn't newspaper. This is really thick cardboard because you can see things happen. You don't want that stone falling on the ground, so we love to always tape it up with a real thick piece of cardboard.
Headed off to Bill's for breakfast. Gonna go to the hotel. Gonna have a good weekend. Gonna be back here on Monday after Miles gets out of school. We'll see you Monday.
All right, let's get in there. They're gone. Yeah! We wanted to take all this out so the wheelchair had access, but the numbers didn't work. We came on a 45-degree angle. He's got size 14 feet. It just didn't have enough room so Mom could have her garbage disposal, so we're gonna keep this sink. We're gonna have the undermount look, and hopefully it'll all come out perfect. Should we knock off some drywall? Ooh, this could be more great news. It looks like we're not gonna run into any type of issues taking this down, custom cutting it all one level, so Miles can pull up, and it's gonna be like this kitchen was custom built for Miles. Now this is very important to have this perfectly level, because this is the key to the design. This is where Miles is going to have breakfast with his mom, and everything needs to be perfect. So fingers crossed that this works. 1, 2, 3, boom. Perfectly level. No pressure, but if this isn't perfect to the millimeter, this whole job's ruined. Well, we just cut their cabinet off by a couple inches. All right, so we gotta cut all the silicone off. We're saving this sink. We want this counterpiece to come up nicely. All right, I'm happy we're keeping this.
You know what? This has got to go.
Why?
Look.
Oh, so you think this is too dirty?
Yeah.
All right, let's call her up and ask her, do you want to go with stainless steel? And then I'll go right to the plumbing supply place now. Let's get her on the phone. Laura, so your sink, I know you love it. We decided to keep it, but everybody in the crew is trying to convince me to replace it with stainless steel just to make it look more modern. Is that something you want?
I can do that, that's fine.
Awesome. I'm heading to the plumbing supply store now. I'm going to get you one.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.
Right.
Bye.
Okay, we all agree except me as usual. I'm off to the plumbing supply store. All right, cutout's done. Now the moment of truth. Let's see if that's gonna fit. Woo, like a glove. All right, here it is, the first piece. Let's take a look, boys. It is beautiful when you all see it. The whole kitchen's just gonna be a sea of this quartz. It's not gonna be too busy. We picked the pieces that just have the perfect amount of blue. This is gonna look awesome. So we templated inside, and now you can see the template in the stone. And this is where you separate the men's from the boys. 20 years experience. You're cutting this by hand. There's a lot of pressure because if you don't get it right, it's gonna mess up the whole deal. Perfect. Like a glove. You know what? You can call this a big giant piece of stone. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna take all of us to get it in there. This is the biggest piece and it's the last piece of the puzzle. Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't wanna drop this on your toes. Here we go.
No cierra.
So this is a game of millimeters. You saw that we cut all this by hand out here, but now we're gonna have to make some quick adjustments so we can butt this up and make it look seamless.
Ahí. Ahí sosténgala. Okay. Okay, vámonos. Okay.
All right, guys, before you start bragging, I got the judge and jury in my hand. You know I like my level. Let's see. Perfectly level. Nice. Good job. All right. Last cabinet's in. The stone that caused all that stress, all the custom cuts, it ended up working in the end, and it was the right call going with the single level. But now it's time to really finish up strong. Texture, paint, pull up the floor, get the stove back in, custom backsplash. And I really hope when we reveal this tomorrow that it puts a smile on their face, because it sure does feel good doing this.
It's time to show the Molnars their new kitchen.
Oh, hey guys. Keep your eyes closed, Miles. No peeking. All right. 1, 2, 3. Come on in here, guys.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
The Molnar family has struggled over the last year while their teenage son Miles copes with adjusting to his life after a devastating wrestling injury has left him a quadriplegic. The American Kitchen Company created the Heart of the Home program to give deserving families a free kitchen remodel. It's time to show the Molnars their new kitchen.
We've been working now together for about 10 years, but on this new journey, it does feel different. We've been so busy over those last 10 years. We got 20 jobs going this month, but something feels different. When we left this job site knowing we are gonna help these people, we've put our time, we've put our resources, I can't wait.
You're right, it's a lot of work, but I can't wait to see their faces.
Let's go inside.
We're about to see our kitchen. I'm very excited to see it.
Oh, hey guys, little early. Quick question, how much did you like those cabinets? Like if they're completely different color? Okay. I'm just joking, guys, it came out perfect. Let's go in. I want you to close your eyes. We're gonna do the final reveal with the surprise. Let's go, guys. Keep your eyes closed, Miles, no peeking. All right, keep your eyes closed. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Come on in here, guys. Take a look at your new kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. What do you think now? Remember this? The Great Wall of Miles? You couldn't see over there? Now it's nothing but a sea of nice, beautiful quartz. And we wanted to keep the original sink, but we went with the 18-gauge stainless steel just because I think it complements this a lot. And now, push button garbage disposal.
Nice.
Yay.
The electric, we relocated it down here. So it was up here.
6-inch backsplash.
Yeah, we put a nice big backsplash on there. Electrical's in there.
Okay.
And honestly, I think this was, I know it was a big decision. You're in love with your counters, but I really think this gives a whole new life to the home.
It is amazing.
Well, hopefully now everybody can sit and be a family and really enjoy this space.
That's nice.
Wow.
Perfect. I love it. The kitchen came out so much better than I thought it would. Well, I should say I knew it was going to come out really good, and I was blown away by how even better it was than I thought.
You know what? It went amazing, and I don't always say that because something always goes wrong. Everything went perfect. Sure, there was a little bit of water damage when we ripped up the old sink, but it was a very easy fix and it's nothing compared to what we face on a daily basis. So this job literally was meant to be.
Well, I was blown away. I wasn't really sure what we were about to walk into.
Well, another job done. On to the next one. You ready?
Yeah, by the way, I noticed you talked with Miles in there. What are you guys talking about?
Well, working in someone's home, seeing the family photos, you make a connection. And for me, my family photos in my house are very similar to those. My son's the same age, and I'm just really thinking about Miles and his future, but more importantly, when I'm at the park bench with my son and I see someone go by on a wheelchair, I'm thinking about, I wonder if their house is wheelchair accessible and if there's ways for us to help. And I just told him, if you think of any ways where we can help, let us know, because we're open to those ideas.
I think Kyle's a great guy. He's very fun to be around. Yeah, I think what he's doing kind of shows that he cares about his community and he wants to get out there and help everybody. I appreciate what he's doing for me a lot.